Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Tanvi Taneja and with me is Ishani Gupta with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold 6th meeting with states and union territories on 16th and 17th of June. Recovery rate of COVID-19 positive cases nears 50%. Army Chief General M.M. Naravane says entire situation along India-China border under control. 2 terrorists killed in encounter in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. RBI sets up panel to review ownership and corporate structure of private sector banks. And WHO urges countries to make a global political commitment to ensure equal access to emerging vaccine for COVID-19. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold 6th meeting with the Chief Ministers of all states and union territories on 16th and 17th of this month at 3 p.m. The Prime Minister will interact with them through video conferencing. On 16th of June, the Prime Minister will interact with 21 states and union territories. These include Punjab, Assam, Kerala, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Tripura, Himachal Pradesh, Chandigarh, Goa, Manipur, Nagaland, Ladakh, Puducherry, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Sikkim and Lakshadweep. The next day, Mr. Modi will interact with 15 states and union territories. These are Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Delhi, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, Karnataka, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, Telangana and Odisha. Our correspondent is telling us more on this.
The meeting assumes significance in the wake of the rising number of coronavirus cases in the country. This will be the 6th meeting of the Prime Minister with the Chief Ministers since the announcement of nationwide lockdown in March. Currently, the country is under the 5th phase of lockdown, which entails much more relaxations than the previous ones. Under Unlock 1, the centre and the state governments have eased several restrictions for the convenience of public and businesses to ensure that economic activities gather momentum. Cabinet Secretary yesterday held a meeting with Chief Secretaries of all the states and advised them to focus on containment, testing and tracing, health infrastructure upgradation and community engagement for effective management of COVID-19. With Dipendra Anand Kumar, AIR News, Delhi.
The central government today said that the recovery rate of COVID-19 positive cases has reached 49.94% in the country. 1,54,330 people affected with coronavirus have been cured. During the last 24 hours, 7,135 people recovered from this virus. Total active corona cases in the country are 1,45,779. Health and Family Welfare Ministry said 11,458 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 3,08,993 in the country. This is the highest spike in fresh cases in one day since the outbreak of coronavirus in the country. During the last 24 hours, 386 deaths have been registered, taking the nationwide toll to 8,884. With this, the case fatality rate reached 2.87% in the country. Meanwhile, Indian Council of Medical Research said that a total of 1,43,737 tests for coronavirus were conducted in the country by various laboratories in the last 24 hours. So far, 55,07,183 tests have been conducted in the country. ICMR is continuously scaling up its testing facilities for COVID-19 by giving approval to government and private laboratories. As of now, a total of 885 laboratories across India have been given approval to conduct the test for COVID-19, including 642 government laboratories and 243 private laboratory chains.
In Jammu and Kashmir, the markets and shops across Srinagar district reopened today for first time since the announcement of nationwide lockdown. Detailed deliberations were held with all trade and business organizations and associations vis-à-vis notification of containment zones in the district and limited permissible activities, therein with mandatory observance of SOPs, particularly related to mandatory wearing of masks, maintaining physical distancing, hygiene and sanitization. The organizations undertook to ensure that all SOPs are observed for permissible 50% opening of shops in line with the notification issued by the district administration. In Union Territory of Ladakh, keeping in view the growing numbers of COVID-19 positive active cases, the administration is taking all precautions. With the spike in numbers, advisor to Lieutenant Governor Umang Narula classified Ladakh as red zone yesterday. More from our correspondent.
Following the abnormal rise in COVID-19 positive cases in the last couple of days, the Ladakh is declared as a red zone. The Union Territory administration is expecting worse to come in Ladakh as the results of over 1,500 samples yet to be received from the testing labs. Union Territory Ladakh has received over 21,000 of people following the evacuation. Leh and Kargil district administrations have ensured the institutional and home quarantine of the people arrived in the districts from various parts of the country and adopting zero tolerance against violators of SOPs and guidelines. On the other hand, Leh adopted the odd-even formula for the vehicles on the roads in the district. Only vehicles of the essential services are exempted from the formula. Ramesh Chandra, All India Radio News, Leh.
Meanwhile, Kargil town is witnessing limited movement of people and vehicles. The restrictions were imposed today amid the increasing number of COVID-19 cases in the district. The total number of cases in the Union Territory has reached 102, with 69 cases in a single day. District Magistrate of Kargil, Basir ul Haq Chaudhary, said there will be zero tolerance against violators of guidelines.
In Punjab, the lockdown on weekends and public holidays began from today. The movement will be restricted to e-passes holders. All citizens except medical staff and essential service providers will be required to download these e-passes from the COVA app. Industry, however, will be allowed to function normally on all days. In a first-of-its-kind initiative aimed at checking the community spread of novel coronavirus, Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh has launched a mobile application, Ghar Ghar Nigrani, aimed at undertaking house-to-house surveillance to contain the spread of COVID-19. The Chief Minister described the Health Department's initiative, encompassing ASHA workers and community volunteers, as a tool for early detection and testing of coronavirus. Additional Chief Secretary Health Anurag Agrawal said that the entire rural and urban population of the state above 30 years of age will be surveyed as part of the drive. It will also cover persons below the age of 30 having comorbidity or influenza-like illness. Mr. Agrawal said this would not be a one-time activity but an ongoing process till the containment of COVID-19. In Gujarat, the number of COVID-19 cases rose to 22,562 after 495 fresh cases were reported in the last 24 hours. As per the release by the Health Department, 31 patients succumbed to the virus in the same period, taking the death toll in the state to 1,416. As many as 392 people have recovered and were discharged from different hospitals in the state, taking the total to 15,501. In Madhya Pradesh, the count of coronavirus cases grew to 10,443, with 202 new patients being detected in the last 24 hours. 9 COVID-19 patients died during this period, taking the number of fatalities to 440 in the state. A report.
Since the lockdown restrictions were eased on May 31st, the number of patients has grown up by 2,354. 90 people have died during this period. The number of cases in Indore, the worst hit district in the state, rose to 3,972. Bhopal has so far reported 2,082 COVID-19 patients. No new coronavirus cases was reported in 27 districts yesterday. Meanwhile, the state government raised the cess on petrol and diesel by ₹1 from today to make up the decline in revenue collection due to coronavirus outbreak. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
In Chhattisgarh, committees will be set up in every village to monitor the migrant labourers who returned home after completing their quarantine period. Our Raipur correspondent has the details.
For the prevention of coronavirus infection in Chhattisgarh, village committees will now be set up to monitor the persons who have completed a 14-day quarantine period in quarantine centres. Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel has recently instructed the collectors in this regard through video conferencing. Village committees will comprise of government staff and local people of the village. Migrant laborers returning home will be advised to stay in their homes for the next 14 days and also keep safe distance from their family members. Random tests of such people will also be conducted time to time. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
Central Railway CR has added another feature to its CAP during this lockdown. Railway Protection Force of Central Railway CR Pune Division has launched a robotic Captain Arjun to intensify the screening and surveillance. This robot is launched to screen passengers while they board trains and keep a watch on antisocial elements. The brainchild behind this innovation of Captain Arjun, DIG in RPF Alok Bohra, said that the high infection rates among multiple segments of people across the world have hampered efforts to tackle COVID-19 pandemic that prompted them to consider robotic screening. Our correspondent reports that Captain Arjun can be deployed for multiple uses and it is an effective element in station access control and will augment the station security plan.
Captain Arjun is equipped with a motion sensor, one PTZ camera and one drone camera. The cameras use artificial intelligence algorithms to track suspicious and antisocial activity. It also has an inbuilt siren, motion-activated spotlight with an inbuilt internal storage for recording in case there is a network failure. Captain Arjun does thermal screening and records the temperature in digital display panel. If temperature is higher than reference range, it sounds an abnormal automatic alarm. Captain Arjun also has a sensor-based sanitizer and mask dispenser and can speak in local language. The robo has floor sanitization facility with good battery backup. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
Kerala has increased the COVID test in large scale as the number of positive cases are on a rise in the state recently. A report.
Per day, nearly 5,000 COVID tests are being conducted in the state as the total active cases in Kerala rose to 1,303. Presently, large number of tests is being conducted in Palakkad district that records the highest number of cases now. In addition to the swab test on patients with symptoms, random tests are also done on vulnerable sections of the society. Antibody tests are also done to check the community spread of virus. Presently, there are 34 testing centers in the state including 22 government labs. Authorities had informed that in coming days, the number of labs will be increased for proper containment of disease. Mayusha for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
Mizoram has recorded a total of 107 cases of COVID-19, with 3 new cases being confirmed in the last 24 hours. Chief Minister Zoramthanga in a tweet said that 403 samples were tested positive yesterday. According to an official statement, all the persons found positive have recently returned from different states. Also, out of the total cases, 1 person has been cured and discharged from hospital. In Nagaland, 7 new COVID-19 positive cases were reported today, taking the total number of cases in the state to 163. Out of these, 114 are active cases and 49 have recovered. So far, no deaths have been reported. This was disclosed by State Health Minister S. Pangnew Phom in a tweet this morning. In our series, Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of leading medical experts on COVID-19. Head of Respiratory Care Department in the National Institute of Tuberculosis and Respiratory Diseases, Dr. Rajneesh Gupta, said that everybody should stay at home to stay safe and special care should be taken of senior citizens.
जो भी उनकी मेडिकल इलनेसेस हैं, कोमॉर्बिडिटीज हैं, उनको हाइपरटेंशन है, जिनको शुगर की प्रॉब्लम है, दे शुड टेक देयर यूजुअल मेडिकेशंस, दे शुड स्टे एट होम. स्पेशली जो उनके अटेंडेंस है, उनको ये ध्यान रखना है कि दे शुड स्टे एट होम और उनको बाहर नहीं जाना है.
Head of Geriatrics Department in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, Dr. A.B. Day said COVID-19 pandemic has affected senior citizens adversely and they should follow all necessary precautions like staying at home, wearing masks, frequent hand washing. He said they should remain positive and all their medications for the existing diseases should be continued in the same dose.
कोविड-19 से बुजुर्गों को ज्यादा खतरा महसूस हो रहा है, इसलिए जरूरी है कि आप घर में रहें, अपना हाथ बार बार धोते रहें, मास्क का इस्तेमाल करें. जिन लोगों को बीमारी है, जो लगता है आपको कि उनको कोविड हो सकता है, उनसे दूर रहें. अपने दवाइयां खाते रहें जो आप पहले ले रहे थे. खाने में जो आप रोज खाते हैं वही खाएं और दिन भर कुछ ना कुछ करते रहें, मोबाइल रहें, चलते फिरते रहें, बिल्कुल बेड बाउंड ना हो जाएं. घर में रहें, ये दौर भी गुजर जाएगा।
In Tamil Nadu, the traditional Indian system of medicine, Siddha, has proved to be effective in the COVID-19 disease management, as 30 patients receiving the treatment have been discharged from Chennai hospitals yesterday. The Siddha formulations, based on natural ingredients, have been administered to asymptomatic patients. The Tamil Nadu Health Department Principal Secretary, Dr. J. Radhakrishnan, has said it has helped in disease management in a great way. More from our correspondent.
Siddha may be one of the several millennia-old Indian systems of medicine, but it is helping very effectively in treating one of the newest forms of viruses. About 100 asymptomatic COVID-19 patients were put on trial with the traditional medicines coupled with simple yoga and pranayama practices. Siddha experts say they have given very encouraging results, reducing the viral load and speeding up the process of recovery. Health Principal Secretary Dr. Radhakrishnan has said all Indian systems of medicine would be playing a complementary role along with the allopathy in COVID-19 clinical management. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold 6th meeting with states and union territories on 16th and 17th of June. Recovery rate of COVID-19 positive cases nears 50%. Army Chief General M.M. Naravane says entire situation along India-China border under control. 2 terrorists killed in an encounter in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. RBI sets up panel to review ownership and corporate structure of private sector banks. And WHO urges countries to make a global political commitment to ensure equal access to emerging vaccine for COVID-19. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान रखो, बड़े बुजुर्गों का तुम ध्यान रखो, 2 बात करो, कुछ मदद करो, कोरोना के चलते याद रखो, घर की सफाई ना भूलना, हाथों को धोना मत भूलना, सुरक्षित दादा दादी नाना नानी अभियान, अपने साथ अपनों का ध्यान।
The World Health Organization (WHO) has urged more countries to make a global political commitment so that any emerging vaccine for COVID-19 will be shared equitably. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said vaccines for the novel coronavirus should be made available as a global public good to ensure everyone had fair access to any life-saving products that are developed.
Unless there is a global consensus on making any vaccine that will be found or discovered as a global public good. And for that to happen, we need political commitment. So global consensus that's based on political commitment of our leaders will be very important.
Mr. Tedros was speaking after concerns being raised that some countries, including the United States, could hoard any vaccines or drugs they develop to combat COVID-19, with poorer countries not getting access to the treatments they need. WHO Chief Scientist Dr. Soumya Swaminathan has said that the coronavirus mutations are not expected to alter vaccine efficacy. During a live question and answer broadcast on WHO's social media platform yesterday, Dr. Swaminathan said the mutations have not shown to be in those regions of the virus, the spike protein, the receptor binding domain, that are going to alter the efficacy of a vaccine so far. According to WHO, currently there are about 200 vaccine candidates in development around the world, with 10 in human trials. Regarding how the coronavirus may differ across countries due to mutations, Dr. Swaminathan said the virus may be slightly different, but it is not so different that the vaccine will not work. She added that it is also good to have vaccine trials in many different countries because there are different populations, genetics and risk factors. Army Chief General M.M. Naravane today said that the entire situation along India-China border is under control. He said both the countries are having a series of talks which started with Corps Commander level talks and has been followed up with meetings at local level between commanders of equivalent ranks.
entire situation along our borders with China is under control. We are having a series of talks which started with the Corps Commander level talks on the 6th of this month. This has been followed up by a number of meetings at the local level between commanders of equivalent rank, and as a result of this, a lot of disengagement has taken place, and we are hopeful that through this continued dialogue that we are having, all perceived differences that we have will be set to rest.
General Narendra was reviewing the passing out parade for the 146 regular course and 129 technical graduate course held at the Indian Military Academy, IMA, in Dehradun today. He said India has a very strong relationship with Nepal. Both the countries have geographical, cultural, historical, religious linkages and very strong people-to-people connect. Our relation with them has always been strong and will remain strong in the future, he added. Referring to the situation in Jammu and Kashmir, he further said, we have had a lot of successes. In the last 10 to 15 days alone, more than 15 terrorists have been killed. All of this has been because of very close cooperation and coordination between all security forces operating in J&K. He added most of the operations have been based on information provided by the locals themselves, which shows that they are absolutely fed up with terrorism and they want the situation to return to normal. In Jammu and Kashmir, 2 terrorists were gunned down by security forces in an encounter in Mir Bazar area of Kulgam district in the wee hours today. Senior Superintendent of Police, SSP of Kulgam, Gurvinder Pal Singh said that a joint team of police, Army's 19 Rashtriya Rifles and Central Reserve Police Force launched a joint cordon and search operation based on a specific input about the presence of terrorists in the area. He said that as the team of security forces approached towards the suspected spot, the hiding terrorists fired upon them, which was effectively retaliated, triggering an encounter that resulted into the elimination of the terrorists. The identity of the terrorists is being ascertained. Arms and ammunition have also been recovered from the site of encounter.
The Reserve Bank of India has constituted a 5-member internal working group to review the guidelines related to ownership, governance and corporate structure of private sector banks. A press release said RBI Central Board Director P.K. Mohanty will head the committee, which will submit its report by 30th of September this year. The panel will also examine norms for promoter shareholding at the initial and licensing stage and subsequently along with timelines for dilution of the shareholding. The RBI said it is necessary to align regulations to meet the requirements of a dynamic banking landscape as macroeconomic, financial market and technological developments continue to influence the future of banking. The panel has also been asked to examine and review the eligibility criteria for individuals or entities to apply for banking license and make recommendations on all related issues. India's foreign exchange reserves have surged by a massive $8.22 billion to cross the $500 billion mark for the first time. The reserves rose to $501.70 billion for the week ended 5th of June, helped by a whopping rise in foreign currency assets. Foreign currency assets, a major part of the overall reserves, rose by $8.42 billion to $463.63 billion. Talking to AIR, former president of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Naveen Gupta said country's foreign exchange reserves have reached an unprecedented level.
Our foreign exchange reserves have reached unprecedented levels. These are the latest figures that have come out, and it shows that the increased level of confidence of foreign investors, be it foreign direct or institutional investors, in our Indian economy, and it seems to be because of the major structural strengthening measures taken by the Indian government to bring ease of doing business, and it reflects in the number of measures taken towards decriminalization of various laws if we talk about Companies Act. And during COVID period also, government is very sensitive to the requirements of businesses.
The southwest monsoon has advanced and covered entire Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Goa, Puducherry, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, northeastern states, most parts of Odisha, West Bengal, Sikkim and some parts of Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh. The Ministry of Earth Sciences said it has been nearly normal advance over most parts of the region except northeastern states where it has been delayed by 6 days. Isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall is expected over Madhya Maharashtra, Marathwada, coastal Andhra Pradesh, north interior Karnataka, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Vidarbha, Assam and Meghalaya during the next 24 hours. Conditions are also becoming favourable for further advance of southwest monsoon into some more parts of central Arabian Sea, remaining parts of Maharashtra, Odisha and West Bengal, some more parts of Chhattisgarh and South Gujarat, South Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand and Bihar during the next 48 hours. Now let us take a look at the weather for today. The national capital will have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. Minimum temperature recorded was 29 degrees and maximum is expected to go up to 42. Mumbai will witness generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Minimum temperature recorded was 23 and maximum will be around 31. Chennai will see a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Minimum temperature recorded was 28 degrees and maximum is expected to go up to 35. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with heavy rain. Minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius while maximum will be around 29. In Dehradun, the temperature is expected to hover between 26 and 35 degrees. Bengaluru witnessed minimum temperature of 20 degrees and the maximum is expected at 28. For Ahmedabad, the weatherman has forecast generally cloudy sky with light rain. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature was 25 degrees Celsius in Jammu while maximum will be around 36. In Srinagar, the minimum temperature was 14 degrees Celsius while maximum will be around 27. In Gilgit, the temperature is likely to hover between 18 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees with forecast of thunderstorm with rain. In Muzaffarabad, the sky will be partly cloudy with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. The city recorded minimum temperatures of 17 degrees while maximum will be around 35.
Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa inaugurated organic fertilizer unit in Yediur ward today. The unit will process wet city waste and produce 12 lakh litres of organic fertilizer and micronutrients in a month. These will be used in 774 parks maintained by the municipal corporation in Bengaluru. By using organic fertilizer, the city corporation is planning to save 8 crore 50 lakh rupees, that was pending to procure chemical-based fertilizer. More from our correspondent.
The Yediyuru municipal ward also generates 250 kV power from city garbage. About 5 tons of wet waste is generated in the ward. The municipal ward uses the power generated by its plant to light up 17 corporation buildings, 13 parks and street lights along 3 kilometers, thereby saving 9 lakh rupees every month towards electricity. The ward sells excess power to Bengaluru Electricity Company, earning revenue of 6 lakh rupees per month. Further, it saves 4.5 lakh rupees per month on transportation of garbage to the dump. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
All households in remote corner of Arunachal Pradesh are getting tap connections under Jal Jeevan Mission. Jal Shakti Ministry said in a release that despite challenges in reaching remote villages of Arunachal Pradesh, work is on to provide every rural household with a functional household tap connection to ensure adequate and safe drinking water on regular basis. Some villages in Arunachal Pradesh receive 7 months of rainfall, making it difficult to transport the construction materials for developmental activities.
The last date for submission of entries for the video blogging contest, My Life, My Yoga, has been extended till 21st of this month. This global contest is being jointly organized by the Ministry of Ayush and the Indian Council of Cultural Relations on the occasion of the 6th International Day of Yoga on 21st of June. Earlier, the last date for submission of the entries was 15th of June. The decision for extending the last date has been taken after demands from the yoga fraternity across the globe, which sought more time to prepare the videos. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his Man Ki Baat address to the nation on 31st of May, had called upon everyone to participate in My Life, My Yoga video blogging contest. The contest focuses on the transformative impact of yoga on the lives of individuals. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to hold 6th meeting with states and union territories on 16th and 17th of June. Recovery rate of COVID-19 positive cases nears 50%. Army Chief General M.M. Naravane says entire situation along India-China border under control. 2 terrorists killed in encounter in Kulgam district of Jammu and Kashmir. RBI sets up panel to review ownership and corporate structure of private sector banks. And WHO urges countries to make a global political commitment to ensure equal access to emerging vaccine for COVID-19. For details of these stories and more, you can log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the Midday News.